In this unit, we're going to learn about the PMT function and the IPMT function. Now, the PMT function allows you to work out what a monthly payment would be, for example, and the IPMT function works out of that monthly payment, how much of that payment is interest. So I've captured in here a principal amount. Let's say I've bought a house for 1 million. My interest rate is 9.5% per annum, and I'm paying it off over 20 years, which is 240 months. So our payment function, PMT, click on our insert function. Our interest rate is 9.5%. Remember, we're working out a monthly payment, so we need to say divide by 12. Our number of payment periods is 240 months. And my present value, and I'm going to put a minus in the front because it's an out payment of R1 million, and enter. And over here I can see on a bond of $1 million, or a mortgage of $1 million, 9.5% over 20 years, which is 240 months, I'll be paying an amount of $9,321. Now, what portion of that payment would be interest? Now, remember, with this particular function, you don't look at the total interest. You look at what was the interest portion at term 1. What was the interest portion at term 20, for example? And you'll see that in the beginning, you're mostly only paying off interest. Very little is coming off the capital amount. And as you say, look into the 10, 20, 30 payment period, you'll see that the capital outweighs the interest. So this function is equals I, PMT. Okay, and let's go to our insert function. Our rate is 9.5%, divided by 12 again, because we're working it out per month. Okay, PR means period. So which period do you want to find the interest? Okay, so let's go period 1, so we can see how much interest we're paying in our first term. NPER is the number of payment periods, which is going to be 240 there, so 240 months. And our present value, let's put a minus, will be 1 million. So in our first period, in our first payment of 9,321, 7,916 of that is pure interest. So only about 1,800 Rand, let's work out the difference, one minus the other. So only 1,404 is actually coming off the capital amount. You'll see as I change the 1 to, let's say, a 5, the interest does start to get less. You'll see when I'm almost near the end, month 210, the interest is 2,021 instead of 7,000. So the closer you get to paying up that term, the less the interest portion becomes. So that is your PMT function. It has your rate. Remember to divide by 12 if you're working monthly. It then has the number of payment periods, which is 240 months. And then it wants to know what the principal value is, which is your million. That's in your PMT function. And in your interest function, it will also ask for the rate, then it will ask for the period. So where in those 240 months do you want to look at? It can only look at one period at a time. And then it will ask for the total number of months, which will be your 240, and then of course your present value, which is 1 million. So it's very, very easy. I can then change and say, if I want to look at a house for 1.5 million, let's just add a few extra zeros on there. Okay, so if I bought for 1.5 million, my monthly repayment would be 13,000. Interest portion's only 3 at month 210, but let's have a look at month 1. And then the interest would be 11,000 there at month 1. So you can see it's almost totally interest.